My name is Leanne DeSalvo. I'm an intuitive energy healer, psychic, animal communicator, and director of Intuitive Healing Institute. If you'd like more information on me, how to schedule a healing, you can find my schedule and information at leannedesalvo.com. If you'd like information about the school, Intuitive Healing Institute, and our upcoming classes, you can find a link on my website at leannedesalvo.com, or you can go directly to intuitivehealinginstitute.com. But enough about that. We're here for a free guided meditation today. So let's go ahead and get into this meditation. We're going to start with an opening meditation where you can learn beginning intuitive meditation techniques to get us here, get us grounded, so we can move on to the class exercises. Then we're going to be looking at the energy of prosperity. You're going to use your natural psychic abilities to look at and clear your prosperity energy today. And you're going to look at timeline to see where you may have left that prosperity energy: past time, future time, and present time. The first past life you look at will be the last time you use your prosperity energy. So the most recent past life where you used your prosperity energy. The second thing you'll look at is the past life where you used your prosperity energy the best. We're also going to look in future time to see why you left your prosperity energy in future time. And the fourth thing you look at is anywhere on your timeline where you left prosperity. And we're going to start to call these energies back so you can use that prosperity energy in this lifetime. Is anybody excited to look at their prosperity energy? Sure, absolutely. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is our opening meditation. So go ahead and just close your eyes. Have your feet flat on the floor. And start to call your prosperity energy around you. Just set the intention. You're calling your prosperity back. And while you're doing that, start to call your aura in around you as well. Our aura is our energy field. It can be out as far as we let it, or in as close as we need it. So just set the intention, you're calling that back, along with your prosperity energy, and just bring it around you. Great. Now I'd like you just get a sense that you have a grounding cord. If you do, just give it a hello. Give it thanks. And then drop it to the center of the planet. We're going to create a new one in present time. Right now, I'd like you to create a gold line of energy right out in front of you. Now take that gold line of energy and find a way to attach it to your first chakra at the base of your spine. The first chakra is where we hold our survival information. It's also where we ground. So take that gold line of energy and find a way to attach it right there to your first chakra. You may want to tie it in, maybe use some psychic staples. However you decide to attach it, just make sure it's nice and secure. Now we're going to take that gold line of energy and send it all the way down to the center of the planet so we can plug it in and ground. So go ahead and start to extend that gold line of energy down through the floor of the room you're in. Send it down through the foundation of the building. And down through each and every layer of the planet. Send it down through dirt, down through rock. Go down deeper and deeper, down through layers of water, maybe oil, all the way down into the center of the planet. When it reaches the center of the planet, take a look around. Get a sense of how the Earth's core is presenting itself to you today. Maybe it looks like a molten ball of lava. Maybe like a big ball of fire. However it's presenting itself to you, just acknowledge it. Give it a hello. And then find a way to attach that gold line of energy to it. Maybe you want to plug it in like an electric plug. Or you could use a ship's anchor and anchor it in. However you make this connection, make sure it's nice and secure as well. Now that you have that gold line of energy attached, I'd like you to reach out with your psychic finger and just plunk it, just like a guitar string. Make sure it's secure at both ends. If it's not, go ahead and tighten that attachment. Now start to expand it out to the width of your hips. Just like a tube with a hollow center. When we create a grounding cord with the hollow center, it allows us to release energy in our space that doesn't belong to us. We call this foreign energy. We're high vibration beings, which means we're bright energy, bright colors. Low vibration energy, darker colors, really have no place in our space. We refer to this low vibration energy as foreign energy. If there are any people in our space, they also don't belong there. Other people's energy is also considered foreign energy. So we're going to start to release some of this foreign energy right now in this opening meditation. So I'd like you to look on that grounding cord. Just notice there's the toggle switch, the simple on-off switch. I'd like you to set the intention that when you flip that switch on, it's going to start to pull any foreign energy that's in your space down that grounding cord into the center of the planet, where it will be recycled and reused and cause no harm. Once you've set that intention, go ahead and flip that switch to on and let your grounding cord do its job. Notice it's starting to pull that foreign energy out of your space. Feel the energy releasing from your head. your neck. Feel it releasing from your shoulders, arms, and your hands. Feel it releasing from your torso, your hips, thighs, knees, calves, and feet. Really feel that energy flowing down your grounding cord. And as that energy is releasing, notice how you're being pulled toward the center of the planet. Notice how heavy you are in your chair. Be aware of how firmly planted your feet are on the floor. Great. Now I'd like you to just take a look around your space and get a sense if there's anything in your space that's blocking your prosperity in this lifetime. And then acknowledge that energy. Just give it a hello. And start to release it down your grounding cord. You may get a sense of what it is. Maybe it's anger, fear, maybe even self-doubt. Just let those energies go. Anything that's blocking you from prosperity in this lifetime. I'll give you a minute or so to do that. Just let it all go. Continue to release. And notice how present you are, how grounded and in your body you are as you're releasing. Great. Now, whenever we release foreign energy from our space, it opens us up to becoming a vacuum to other energy that doesn't belong to us. Unless we fill ourselves in, I should say, with high vibration energy. The way to do that is very simple. We're going to use the tool of a golden sun. So right now, I'd like you to create a golden sun above your head, as big as you can possibly make it. Now let's start to call in some high vibration energies. My favorite energy is the energy of amusement. So let's start to call some amusement energy into that golden sun. Notice it filling that golden sun. You may see it as a color, or you may just know that it's filling that golden sun. However you experience it, just let it happen. Now I'd like you to start to call in the energy of gratitude. Gratitude is another of my favorite energies. When we sit in the energy of gratitude, we can manifest anything we want in our lives. Put as much gratitude as you can in that golden sun. And then bring in as much prosperity as you possibly can. Just bring it into that golden sun. And let that golden sun fill with as much prosperity as you can. When that golden sun's all filled up, reach up with your psychic hands, grab onto it, bring it down to the top of your head, crack it open, and let all that energy fill you in. Feel it filling in your aura, your chakra system, and each and every cell of your body. Fill in your head, your neck, torso, hips, thighs, knees, calves, and feet. Really feel that energy coming in. Great. Now, without opening your eyes, we're going to jump right into looking at our prosperity on our timeline. You'll notice that all the tools that I teach in Intuitive Healing Institute are very simple, very effortless. Right now, we're going to use the tool of a timeline. I'd like you to create a simple horizontal line right out in front of you, about 2.5 to 3 feet in front of you. We're going to put a couple of markers on this timeline. On the far left of the timeline, I'd like you to create a rose. Mark that rose with past time. Create a rose on the far right side of that timeline. Mark this rose with future time. Then I'd like you to create two more roses. Mark the first rose with your date of birth from this incarnation. Toss it right out onto that timeline, right onto your date of birth. And the other rose I'd like you to mark with present time, today. And go ahead and toss it out onto the timeline and let it land right in present time, today. Great, just as I said, effortless. Now the first thing we're going to look at is the past life where you used your ability to be prosperous that's closest to this lifetime. So go ahead and create another rose. Yes, we do use a lot of roses. I'd like you to set this rose with the intention that when you toss it out onto that timeline, it's going to land on the past life where you last used your ability to be prosperous. So when you toss it out there, it's going to land to the left side of your date of birth. Once you have that rose ready, go ahead and toss it out onto the timeline. Now, with no judgment, it's neither good or bad. It's just information. And notice where that rose landed. Now we're going to ask this rose a few questions. The first information you receive is the truth. Anything else is your analyzer. So try to trust the first thing that comes to you. I'd like you to ask the rose what that time period is. If you don't get any communication right away, just postulate that you're releasing any energy blocks that are blocking you from receiving communication. And release it down your grounding cord and ask again. Now go ahead and ask what body type you are in. Again, no judgment. Were you in a female body or a male body? What did you look like? Take a look at your clothing and your hair. See if you can get a sense of what position you were, what status you were in that lifetime. See if you can get a sense of where you were, what country, what city. All you have to do is ask the rose to receive that information. If we don't ask questions, we don't get answers. Now I'd like you to ask how you used your ability to prosper in that lifetime. How did you use your prosperity energy? Now I'd like you to ask if you left any of your prosperity energy there. And if you did, ask why. Why did you leave your prosperity energy in that lifetime? Great. Now we're going to call back any prosperity energy you left in that lifetime. Very simple. You've already learned the tool. It's a golden sun. Go ahead and create another golden sun above your head. And start to call that prosperity energy off of the timeline into your golden sun. Call back your ability to prosper. Any of that energy that you may have left in that lifetime, so you can use it in present time. And as you call that prosperity energy back, notice that rose that you tossed out there, dissolving. And then go ahead and fill yourself in with that golden sun. Bring back that prosperity energy. Bring it down through your space, your aura, your chakras, and your physical body. Great. Now we're going to use the same timeline to look at the past life where you used your ability to prosper the best. So create a rose. That this rose with the intention that when you toss it out onto that timeline, it's going to light up the past life where you used your ability to prosper the best. Remember, again, no judgment. It's neither good or bad. It's just information. Go ahead and toss it out onto that timeline. Notice where it lands. Now, this is information on where you used your ability to prosper the best. Great information to go back into present time. So let's ask this rose a few questions. What is the time period? Become aware of your body type and notice what you looked like. You may even get a sense of how old you were. Now ask where this lifetime took place. So you can get a sense of the country, the town, the village, the city, wherever you were. Now ask how you used your ability to prosper in this lifetime. Learning this information helps us use it in present time. It reminds us of what information we have on prosperity. Now ask if you left any of your prosperity energy in this lifetime. And if you did, why? Now let's call the energy you left there back into present time. So create another golden sun above your head. Call all your prosperity energy off of that time in your past life where you use that prosperity energy the best. Call it right into your top, into your golden sun, the top of your head. Great. Now reach up, grab onto that golden sun, bring it down to your space, and fill yourself in. Great. Now we're on to looking at prosperity you may have left in the future. Sometimes we are waiting for certain events in order to use an energy. So there may be an event out in the future where you think you have to wait in order to use this energy. And what happens is when our energy is not in present time, we can't use it. So that energy out there in the future time really doesn't help us at all. So we're going to start to call that back as well. We're going to do this a little differently. We're going to use the same timeline, but now I'd like you to create a neutral ball of purple energy out in front of you. Go ahead and set the intention that when you toss this out onto the timeline, it's going to light up anywhere in the future where you left your prosperity energy. It'll light it up in little purple dots. Once you've set that intention, go ahead and toss it out onto the timeline and notice where those little purple dots light up. They light up to the right of present time of today. Let's get a sense of where they land. And I'm going to give you a minute or two to give those purple dots a read. Ask them why you left your prosperity in future time and what caused you to leave it there. Go ahead and read as many of those purple dots as you can. If you've already finished reading them, just continue to release down your grounding cord anything blocking your prosperity in this lifetime. Great. Now, I'm not going to look at and read anymore, but that doesn't mean you can't call back all the energy even if you didn't read it. Now, again, we're going to use a golden sun. Create another golden sun above your head. And call back your ability to prosper that you may have left on your future timeline. Call it back so you can use it in present time. Call it all into that golden sun. And then fill yourself in with that golden sun. Bring it all the way down into your space, aura, chakras, and physical body. Now with this next step, you're going to call back anywhere on your timeline where you left prosperity. So create one more neutral ball of purple energy. Program it to stick to any place on your timeline where you left prosperity energy. Have it light that information up in purple dots. Toss it out onto the timeline. Notice where the energy sticks. It may be all over the timeline, past, present, and future. Not to worry, we're going to call it all back into present time. Now take a look at that timeline. And I'd like you to look at the first dot to the right of your date of birth in this lifetime. Just ask it for further information. What happened that caused you to leave your prosperity energy there? Get a sense of how old you were, where you were, and if there were any other people involved. Then go ahead and take a look at that purple dot that's in most recent time. To the left of the rows you put on the timeline representing today, present time. And give that a read. What happened? Why did you leave your prosperity energy there? Great. Now you're not going to look at and read any more of those dots. Again, it doesn't mean you can't pull back that energy right now. Go ahead and create one last golden sun above your head. Now I'd like you to take the roses, the one marked past time at the far left side of the line, and the one marked future time at the far right of that line. I'd like you to flip them over, use them as brooms, and just keep sweeping all those purple dots right into the rows that's marked present time. Sweep all that energy into present time. Make sure you collect it all up. Just watch that present time rose fill with your prosperity energy. When that present time rose is filled with your prosperity energy, you pick it up to your golden sun above your head. Just a minute before you call that golden sun down, first I'd like you to erase that timeline from out in front of you. To do that, I'd like you to create a golden sun above the timeline. Fill that timeline in with that golden sun. And then move that timeline outside your space. Create a little Acme stick of dynamite or an Acme bomb right underneath it in amusement. Light that fuse. Blow that timeline up just to neutralize the energy. Now you have a golden sun above your head, full of your own prosperity energy, so you can use it in present time. We're going to go one step further and fill that golden sun with even more prosperity. Just start to call prosperity into the golden sun. Watch that golden sun fill. Head and keep moving prosperity in. Notice that golden sun is ready to burst. And then put in even more. Let that golden sun burst and let all that prosperity energy come down and rain onto you. Let it fill you in. And as you're filling in with that high vibration energy, notice how it feels. Bring it down through your aura, energy channels, chakra system, and each and every cell of your body. Great. When you're finished filling in, you can go ahead and open your eyes and come out of trance. Great job. So I have a couple of announcements, things coming up. on the Intuitive Healing Institute calendar. On Sunday, March 3rd at 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here in California, we have our Spiritual Reboot workshop. This is a free workshop, also by donation. It will be working on labels that we have on ourselves or that other people put on us. Labels that we live by. Some of them are true. Some of them are who we really are, but others aren't. So we can be looking at these labels, looking at them and really identifying these labels. We're going to find the source, become aware of how and when they began, and then decide if we're ready to release them, if they don't serve our highest and best interest. So you can begin to heal and be the person you want to be without being labeled. Our teacher, Sam Ramos, will be teaching this class. And if you'd like to sign up for it, you can go to intuitivehealinginstitute.com. You can sign up for a newsletter so you'll be alerted to all the classes we have, or you can just go to the tab that says workshops, scroll down to Spiritual Reboot and sign up for that class so you can receive the link. We also have a free aura healing clinic coming back. They'll be on the second Sunday of every month at 11 a.m. You can sign up to receive a free aura healing clinic from our current students and our graduates. You can also find that link online. This month's will be Sunday, March 10th, again at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you'd like to join us, you're welcome to. And if you're interested in any other meditations or classes and workshops that Intuitive Healing Institute has to offer, everything will be listed on that site. We also have a special running for today. We still have a couple of slots open. If you'd like to receive a 30-minute energy healing from me on the energy of prosperity, you can go ahead and sign up. The special is 30 minutes for $99. So if you'd like to sign up for that, go to leandesalvo.com and click on the Healing Specials tab. So great. Thank you for coming. I hope to see you next month. The free guided meditations will be the first Friday of every month at 11, just as today. So thank you again for coming. With the blessing of divinity, may this meditation be complete. Amen.